Polishing glass. Any car's surface sooner or later loses its aesthetic appeal. This is especially true for fragile materials such as glass. Scratches, even if they're small, are more than a visual defect. They affect the safety of road users by impairing visibility. A simple but expensive way to fix this is replacing the old glass with a new one. Polishing glass is a difficult but more affordable solution. The procedure is performed by professional workers who use specialized equipment. Overall, the procedure is not particularly difficult. The key is that it requires precision and caution, as well as a good understanding of the task. First, the glass is thoroughly cleaned. There should be no dust on the surface. Then, abrasive paste is applied to the damaged area. The paste contains fine solid particles which will perform the polishing. A polishing machine, or as in this case a drill with a polishing tip, will then be used. A soft felt disc is best suited for the work. In 1 minute, this machine performs from 1,000 to 1,500 revolutions. It's important not to overheat the glass, otherwise it may not be able to withstand the load. During the procedure, 0.1 to 0.3 mm of glass is removed from the surface. This is usually enough to remove the defects. If the master overdoes it and removes a larger layer, the glass will be damaged. Kintsugi. What at first glance seems to be just another repair technique is actually an entire art. Kintsugi originated in Japan a long time ago. Later, it was used in such countries as China, Vietnam, and Korea. Today, masters of kintsugi can be found all over the world. Those who work in this technique learn to see beauty in old and broken things. Have you ever thought about how a child eventually turns into a unique, fully developed person? Their inner self is shaped by the past. All victories and failures, mistakes, new beginnings and experiences. In a sense, the same can be said about ceramic products. Of course, pots and plates can't make mistakes, however they do have a history. Therefore, if in the past the product broke, the masters of kintsugi don't try to hide it. Instead, they specifically highlight the fragments so that they can be better seen. The word kintsugi consists of 2 parts. Kin means gold and tsugi means connection. The name very accurately conveys the essence of the technique. At first, pieces of broken dishes are connected to each other with a special glue, which is used by all other restorers. Then, gold paint is applied on top of the glue. When the glue and the paint dry out, the once broken object becomes a work of art. Thus, the masters of kintsugi give it a second life. Lego repair work. Street art isn't simply drawings on the walls. Sometimes, as in this case, it's a very unusual way to do some renovation work. What you see now is a design by Berlin artist Jan Vormann. It happened in 2007. In the last few years, it has evolved into an art project. Today, different teams create these artworks. You can see many of them in different parts of the world. You must have already understood the idea. Instead of fixing the defects of buildings with usual construction materials, the artist used multicolored Lego bricks. Some time ago, it occurred to him that he could really embellish the dark, grey and neglected city districts with Lego bricks. Interestingly enough, they turned out to be a great material for small repairs. They're lightweight and can be assembled in any shape to optimally fill cracks, chips and holes. Of course, it can't match bricks, stones, and concrete in durability. However, these colourful patches attract public attention to the problem of building decay. But that's not all. Patches attracts the attention of ordinary passers-by. Looking at the coloured cubes, they begin to smile. This is enough reason for the artist to keep going. The art project, by the way, is called This Patchwork. As part of it, the artist travels around the world, so you can find works in Berlin, Paris, New York, Arnsberg, Venice, Toulouse, and Taipei. And this isn't even the whole list. Miyadaiku. We are back to the Japanese arts and crafts. This time we'll talk about a carpentry method that originated there more than 1,000 years ago. Modern buildings, regardless of their size or purpose, have always had metal details. Even the parts of a wooden house are fastened together with nails, screws, bolts, and other connecting elements. But Japanese carpenters still know how to build things without using metal. This knowledge is carefully passed down from generation to generation. In general, there are many varieties of carpentry skills in Japan, but today we're going to talk about Miyadaiku. The workers use this technique to build and repair amazingly beautiful temples and shrines. They create complex and very strong connections from wood to connect the wooden parts with each other. Buildings erected by the Miyadaiku are considered to be one of the most durable wooden buildings in the world. This technique appeared 1,000 years ago, when it was not so easy to get metal, and even less so small metal parts. Japanese masters had to be inventive, and they succeeded. Wooden parts are joined together using a tongue and groove system. They can have a variety of shapes too. The protruding parts and slots are cut out to fit each other perfectly. Therefore, when they join together, the two workpieces are practically one. There are no gaps, and the joints are barely visible. Remodeling with plastic waste. The problem of environmental pollution with plastic is a very pressing matter all over the world. However, some countries suffer from it more than others, for example, Colombia. The capital of this country alone sends about 600 tons of plastic to landfills every day. This is a very fast pollution rate, and only 1/6 of it is recycled. In order to prevent people from ending up under a mountain of garbage, it was necessary to come up with a solution. So, a solution to make use of plastic waste? The Conceptos Plásticos has one. The creators of the company decided to use plastic to build and repair residential buildings. Recycling companies send recycled plastic to the Conceptos Plásticos factory. These are shampoo bottles, plastic chairs, containers, and food packaging. Plastic is a material that doesn't decompose for a very long time. Therefore, when it's processed in a factory and mixed with special construction additives, it produces materials that can last for up to 500 to 600 years. By 2018, the company managed to create about 30 houses with a total area of about 4,000 square meters. All of this took about 500 tons of plastic waste. Thus, the company solves two important problems at once: reducing plastic pollution and providing inexpensive housing for people who need it.